This is Happy New Year 2022 to all the public, all the people who are watching this video today. This is my first video in 2022, and that's why I have come up with this life skill, which is very important for everyone, not only teenagers but also parents and public and everybody. If you understand this simple life skill, then I think life will become much easier for everyone. So here it is, empathy for others. Now, what is empathy actually means? It is just like placing ourselves in another person's place to see how the other person feels in that situation, how that situation is perceived by that person, and also it is an understanding of their emotions and feelings in that situation. So, in simple words, if I am in a situation and there is a police person in that other on the other side, he is what he's feeling. If you put yourself in his place, in his position, then you will understand that why he's doing this to you. So this is very important to know the definition of empathy. Now I want to bring a very important topic, that is in parents. Parents love their children, there is no doubt about it, but they need to have something called empathy. Sometimes, as parents, we become too strict. We just don't think before we become angry with our children or with our teenagers. So, when you are a parent and you have to, think about the emotions that their child or the teen is getting when they are scolding them or when they are doing something for them. So I would like to say that when a parent goes out for work, for example, now sometimes our parents feel, oh, no, 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 I will just go out and then I will come in the evening. The child will not realize it. But it is not like that. This actually produces a negative feeling in the child. The separation anxiety becomes much worse, and the child doesn't know whether he is going to get the parent back or not. So that feeling of confusion, that is the worst. So a parent has to put themselves in that situation and think they must inform the child or the teen before they go out for work. They must inform the child that yes, I will come back home, I have some work, don't worry, I will be back. These are the few words which will really make the day for the child. And even if the child cries, still he will understand that it's okay. Now, when a parent takes a decision about family events, there are some family events, and the obviously parent is in a position of decision making. That's fine. That is not the problem. But the communication, putting yourself in the shoes of the child, how the child wants it to be, or how the child will feel when he is not informed, that is important. This is empathetic thinking of the parents, and it can go a long way in getting your teenagers to be with you in your times of need. Now, when a parent goes out to station, same example, that you should tell them, inform them what why you are going, why you where you are going, and when are you coming back. That is very important. When there is a problem in the family, you must inform the child. There is no need to hide. Especially teenagers today, they are very practical. Sometimes they are even useful. They will give you useful advice, useful suggestions, which if you want, you can take. So put yourself in the teenagers' shoes, and then you try to do things as and when what they would have done and they would have felt the emotions, and then you can do a better job as a parent. Now, when a child or a teen, now this is very important for in today's world when there is too much pressure, not only on the parents but also on teenagers and on children to do better and better. It's a very competitive world today because everybody wants to be the best. There is nothing wrong in it, but when a child or a teenager fails in academics, then please, parents, I request you not to simply scold them and tell them all kinds of words. They even bring the old past problems in front. You don't do this, and I would have told you this, I had told you this, you didn't do that, you are stupid, you are this, you are that, and a lot of bad words are used. Please, I request parents Today's children are not the same as in the past. The authority of the parents is not 100% today. So you have to take into consideration that your child, how he will feel, you know, how he's at that moment, he should be made to realize, but not by bad words. So you have to as parents, you have to give them proper advice, but in a proper manner, not by digging in the past or not by abusive words. That is very important, because parents, I want to tell you one thing, that in the long run, the child only remembers how the parent made them feel in the past, and not the reason behind their behavior. For example, I have done a lot of counseling of teenagers where they hate their parents. It is not that parents were bad, it is just that parents acted in a very hasty manner. They always scolded the child, and they were never there when the child needed to, speak out. And all these things they remember. The child remembers, or the teenage remembers, and whatever love they had showered on this teen, he did not remember. Instead, he remembered that hatred, that bad feelings that the parent had given while scolding during those days. Now, let us come to the empathy in other places. This I will tell in short. So, my main purpose of this video is that empathy is that we always feel whenever we are having a fight in any public place or in any other place or in office or in marketplaces. Whenever we are having a fight, we always feel that we are right. But please, whenever there is a fight, please try and put yourself in the shoes of the person with whom you are fighting. Just see, there will be, the fight will get dissolved. And then, second thing, in public toilets, we start thinking about the comfort of the next person who will come and use the toilet. Then toilets will remain clean. We will not litter here and there all the kachra, or we will not put too much water all around, so that the next person should not slip. So all these things are very important. Then empathy on the road, empathy on the footpath, empathy in the shops. We go around in the shop and we just unfold clothes just to see for one time and then reject it. The shopkeepers, the sales girls, they have too much work to do. So we have to put ourselves in the shoes of that sales girl and see whether this behavior of mine is hurting her, causing problems for her, right? So empathy is a great feeling. It's a great understanding of the person standing or sitting in front of you. And that understanding leads to a lot of humanitarian action. For example, let me give you a very important example about empathy in COVID times. COVID times, everybody feels if there is a COVID positive person, or if there is a COVID diseased person who is suffering a lot, we are sympathetic to them, but we are not empathetic. If we put ourselves in their situation, then the amount of helping feeling that will come in you is different, right? Because everybody thinks that this COVID is not going to happen to me. But it's not true, is it? It can happen to anybody. There is no single person on this earth who is spared, or who is, who can be, free of COVID. Nobody knows the future. So we have to be empathetic in COVID times, and because of this empathy, we must listen to this SMS, that is maintaining social distancing, masking ourselves, and sanitization of hands and other places. So this SMS and COVID appropriate behavior will come only if we are empathetic to the other person, if we are putting ourselves in the shoes of those who are infected or the other public. Then we will understand that how important is this empathy in COVID times, and we can actually make this COVID disappear if we are empathetic and we follow the CAP behavior. This is just, by the way, I am telling, because right now COVID is infecting even children, even teenagers. So they have to see the role model in the parents. They have to see the role model in the adults, and automatically, because of that empathetic behavior, the spread of COVID will slow down. So, empathy to fellow beings is essential. It leads to civic sense, like as I told in public toilets. It leads to a civilized society. It leads to reduced COVID infections. It leads to humanitarian attitude and lesser accidents and also lesser crimes. So, let's do it with the empathy to others. If you like my video, if you feel that is something useful, please like the video and subscribe to it so that you can get my past videos and future videos. And I am going to put soon many more videos about life skills and other things, even for public. Thank you so much. Thank you.